welcome to another edition of Motivational Sundays with Kevin and Friends. Hi, my name is Kevin Mclemore. I am your show host, and I'm joined by all my wonderful co-hosts. I got Christopher and Gilda James. I got Danielle Coleman. I got Denise Lopes. Ooh, lovely ladies. And then I got Curtis Battles. All right, if you want to tip your hat, maybe pull up a chair and grab a beer. That man knows what he's doing. And then we have a person that should be a poet and don't know it. She's a lyricist and she's a sister to all of us. We got Larnez Kinsey, and we don't travel far. When we go to Jamaica Mountain, we got a Lois Campbell. She can say it. I can tell you like this. She makes ordering McDonald's sexy. All right. And then we have our king, Naheem Garcia. And let me tell you, without Naheem and Denise and some of the other folks, this wouldn't be. I had over 300 motivational quotes that I had created for the contents of my book. I had studied human behavior for over 40 years, and we were always wondering how one quote landed on another person. Was it a word that just kind of laid there on the page, or was it a conversation to be had? So we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. One of these wonderful people, they bring in a quote. We toss it out to you based on our perspectives and interpretations, and we talk about how this quote lands on us. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let the voice of our show, Mr. Naheem Garcia, and for those of you that are just pulling in, you see Money Games, you see The Holdover, you see, oh, he's been with Sandra Bullock and a bunch of other people. This is a connoisseur of words, a gift in the light in a dark room. Naheem Garcia. All right. The quote for the day lands on you. So here we go, folks. Naheem, far away. What's the quote for the day?
Don't eat with people you wouldn't starve with.
All right. Denise Lopes brought that quote today. Let's see how this quote landed on her. Young Queen, how does this quote land on you? Where did it come
Good,
from?
good morning. It came from people that were there when I was potting. When it came down to helping me and my children, they were not there. And I had to realize that I had party friends, acquaintance now, that's what I call them. And I had the people that hardcore, if I need something, I could call on them, like you guys over here. Like if I need something, if I know, if I pick the phone up and call you, send you a text, you call me right back. Or you, like, Denise, what you need? Can I be there? So that's how I had to decide who are my real friends. And they say God shows you who, and God removes the people from your life who he heard conversation you are not part of. So for me, I believe in the higher power. And I've learned it was hard. I cried because you mourn those kind of relationship. Any relationship like that, you cry like why? Like and because now I've learned not to expect me from other people. Because I know I would do that. I'll be that person. If you call me, like if you're going through a hard time, I'm check on you. Even if you don't want me there, I'm always checking on you. Are you okay? Do you need anything? And that's how this landed on me.
All right, all right. And see, they say God works in mysterious ways. That's the reason why. There's a reason why you lose your cell phone. There's a reason why your hard drive crashes because God's telling you it's time to clean up some stuff. You ever notice when you reboot your phone, you reset your phone, there's some people that you don't have their information anymore. I think that's God's, way of telling you. That's that energy. You don't need those folks. And you'll be surprised. You'll never hear from them for 30 years until they call and need something from you. So I'm so glad you brought this quote. Now let's see how, Mr. Entrepreneur Curtis Battles, how this quote lands on him. Okay. And this man, I'm telling you, if you hadn't had what are those IPs from one of the
IPAs.
IPAs from one of our Black entrepreneurs that are doing business, whatever, I think what we should do, Curtis, I think we should get together at least for the summer, travel at least once or every other week to one of these breweries and go ahead and showcase one of the brothers or sisters that are doing this thing. I don't drink a beer, but I'm telling you, if I'm traveling with you, I'll have one with you. All
Sounds like
right.
a winning idea.
All
I
right. Let's
look
put it
forward
out
to that.
there. So how does this
So,
quote land on you?
so I think of folks that come in and out of my life as some are there for a reason, and then some are there for a season, and some are there forever. So I can go down the list of people who they were very intense relationships. We supported each other. It was wonderful. And then they just sort of whoop and they're gone. There are other ones, it could be family members that are there forever. It could be your pet that is there forever that makes your life go and wonderful. And just as an aside, my daughter and I were yesterday looking at the newest addition to the family, a new puppy that's coming in about 3 weeks. So this is very on top of that. And there are people that you will pass on the street and you don't think much about, but suddenly you find that there's something in common. You see them it could be in a Facebook group, it could be at a networking event, that suddenly become that ideal person that you need to stay connected with. So it's about, though, how do you manage those relationships? I think as Denise was saying, there are people who are there and they feel like they're really supportive, but then you suddenly feel like you've been ghosted. And, especially for the young folks who are trying to find that relationship, that permanent person, that partner, it can be really painful. For those of us that are OGs, been married a long time, or for the first or second wife, or first or second husband, it may be a little bit different. But it's having those 3 or 4 steady relationships in your life that you know you can go to in good times and bad that will help get you through to the other side because you cannot see it. It's like the Grand Canyon behind me. I feel like I'm on one edge and I need to get to the other, and I need somebody that can help me bridge it in some fashion or another. So that is how this landed on me.
Right, and that's a great interpretation. Good friend of mine, Darlene Dagger, was once the VP of QEC, and she said that you can always tell who your real friends are. She said, get up in the morning and make a phone call about 2 o'clock in the morning when everyone is asleep. Tell them a story. She goes, your friends that are in your outer circle will say, well, it's 2 o'clock. I'll give you a call in the morning. Your real friends, if they're in the neighborhood, will show up at 2:30 to find out what the hell's going on. She goes, those are your ride and dies. All right. You don't have to ask. They show up for you. So, Danielle, all right. I know you're surrounded by so many wonderful people educating those children, you and Denise, all right, and Anne Marie's in church today. I love saying educating those children's, okay? They pouring into those children's. Um, and we all used to be one of those children that someone poured into us. How does this quote land on you?
Grand Rising, everyone. As someone that loves food, I think friendships and relationships start with a good meal. And I found that with my students, if I feed them, they keep coming back. And we start to build this level of trust that they don't share with other teachers. And we could solve feuds between students. We could discuss improving their lives, creating a better version of themselves, all over maybe some coconut cookies. And it creates this, believe it or not, my students love the Shirley biscuits, the coconut cookies, and that's the foundation of our trust. It was, Miss Corbin, can I come in and get a cookie? And then the next thing you know, they're spilling out their hearts. They're telling me that they're concerned about this grade or another class. And that happens with family and friends too. You connect, our cultures connect over food. And it starts to foster a relationship that you may not have had because you found a connection. And that connection is what builds trust. That's how that quote landed on me.
That's an amazing thought. Just think if we settled our differences over food. All right. I mean, it used to be that, in the neighborhood, instead of shooting each other and beating each other up, we used to dance off and whatever. And whoever walked away that day was that person. Just think if we settled it over food. I know for me, food is a love language for me. That's the most romantic thing you could do outside of the video you sent me. I am
This is a
tears
family show, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah, but anyway, this quote, I mean, this quote speaks to me so much. And when we talk about this, I know this young man has had many relationships that people come and go, especially when you serve our country and you have people that don the same uniform with you, pledge their allegiance to the same anthem as you, stare at the red, white, and blue at you, and then turn around when you're not in the room, look at you different, and they don't see you. I want to see how this quote landed on Mr. Christopher James, and thank you for your service, young man. Well, that was a great setup. You should have been ready.
I was ready. I was ready. But as you were talking, I was going through all those different images, all those different times, all those different emotions, all those different, settings of what you just described there. It's been a lot. But hey, Grand Rising, everybody. We're back in the present now. We've left that. This quote, when I first saw it, I'm saying, okay, food. I'm not a big fan of food. I eat it, yeah, but food. And the way I am, I just put those pants on backwards, and I looked at it the other way. Instead of food leading the show, let's lead with starvation. Okay, in other words, you've got food, which is that bright and shiny moment. Maybe you got starvation, that dark, gloomy, wet, and kind of stank moment. I relate that particular quote to, well, I guess my time in the service, where you find yourself in that dark, stank, horrible place, either fear of being discovered, fear of being blown up, or just being in a miserable condition. All right. And there are those folks around you in that same miserable condition, okay, watching your back, covering for you, making sure that we get whatever this mission is completed and we all get out alive. And then I don't know where it is, but then those are the folks, once you're out of there, you want to party with. You want to spend time reflecting on, man, that was the worst ever, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, man. I thought we were dead. Yeah, see, I thought the same thing. Those party moments where you're thinking about all the good times and can reflect on those bad moments almost as a joke. Gilda can relate to this. Back in her early stages, like her dad was in the service, the ships would have parties on a regular basis. And these parties, more than anything else, would bring folks back together and reflect on all those bad times, all those gloomy times, all those really, I'll never get out of here times, and say, you know what? We made it. We got out of there. Man, we are something else. We are, the bee's knees, the cat's meow. We are the baddest things going. And the atmosphere is light. The atmosphere is congenial. We're just having a good time. Well, that, I guess, is a military tradition. But in my reflection of that quote, that's what I saw. I saw those same guys that you're going through the mud with and the gloom, the gloom and the scary stuff. Those are the folks that you want to party with. Those are the folks you want to sit back and say, man, I couldn't believe we got out of there. That was really something. You did it for us, man. You got us out. And it's slapping on the back. It's having that drink, but it's reflecting on those negative moments in a positive light or in a reverse light. Basically, you're saying, yeah, we not only did that, we can do that again and again and again and again. So that quote, although I loved it, Denise, that's the way I saw it, backwards.
All right. And if we flip over, and I'm not even going to say this, I was going to say flip over and bring to the other side of the pants, but I'm going to introduce Gilda. Since she's so close to our naval representative, Gilda, how does this quote land on you holding the pants?
Grand Rising, everyone. This quote landed on me. Let's see. Share meals, okay, by sharing meals only with those you trust in time of need. That's what landed on me.
All right, sharing the meals. Okay.
I love Gilda so much. I just thank you, baby. It's just short, sweet, and to the point.
I know. She is there. Now we're gonna put a little twist on this, a little Jamaican, a little accent, a little twang on this, and see how this quote. But
A little
before,
curry on it.
yeah, Lois gives it, I'm going to turn the voice over to the show, Mr. Naheem. So for those of you that are just tuning in, you know what we're talking about, you know what we're doing, and you know why. Listen to the sweet, sexy voice of Naheem Garcia.
Don't eat with people you wouldn't starve with.
All right, Lois, how does this
Yeah,
land on you?
grand rising, everyone. I'm sure every single one of us that's here on the podcast this morning and those listening from all over the world can relate to this quote. And it doesn't have to necessarily mean food. And I could go with Chris a little bit with that starvation piece. It's like we choose our friends. We don't really, maybe we can't choose our parents, I don't know. But we choose our friends, and our quote unquote enemies don't know us or don't know who we are. It's our friends that knows who we are or supposedly know who we are. And a lot of times we don't see the bad in our friends or the negativity because we're not looking for that. We're only seeing positive. And they are the ones who know us. They are the ones who knows that Lois is going to go to this place tomorrow or is seeing this person. And they are the only ones who could really harm us, really, because our enemy doesn't know our next move or next path. So we just have to be careful of those who we say are our friends and people who we think we want to do anything with, eat, sleep, go places, work with. Sometimes those people who are not our friends, they're the ones who come through for us sometimes. So we just have to be mindful of that um, everything that glitters is not gold, and everything that's gold doesn't always glitter. So I'm always looking out for the maybe, shoulda, coulda, woulda, because I trust everyone. So if I get hurt, it's like, okay, it's my out there. So just be on the lookout, guys. I love you all. Thank you.
All right. We love you too. And believe it or not, if you really want to find out what true love is and look at an example, do what Curtis did. Bring home a puppy. All right. That puppy will show you how to love. And so when you are struggling with how to identify with other people in the world, go over and ask your little puppy, how would you deal with this? All right. The answer is always there. There's no question. He knows how to do it. No matter what you do to it, no matter how late you come home, no matter how you look, what you dress, and what type of deodorant you wear, that puppy will love you no matter what.
Mhm.
All right. And the only time he can upset you is when you don't let him out on time and he leaves you a reminder.
Hey, Kevin, can't you teach somebody to lick your face? I mean, that's the big thing for a puppy, lick your face. It can almost train anybody to do that.
There's only one Gilda, Chris, and you got her. Okay. But if anyone else out there is a fake face licker, I got some volunteers for you. Okay. We'll love that. So,
Again, this is sliding into the Motivational Sundays after dark.
we need Jesus. Where's Stan? We need Jesus. Hey, Larnez, how does quote land on you?
Well, radiant risings, everyone.
You
This
see her,
quote,
she said radiant and almost riding. This show's going
rising,
sideways.
rising.
You said riding. You said riding. This show's going sideways. We're all we're all going to hell.
I just want to say, welcome to Motivational Sunday after dark. This show is only for those who are 18 plus.
All right.
This quote, this is a call to check who's truly aligned with your spirit, not just your success. Anyone who shows up when the plates are full, that's easy. When your table is overflowing, when your life looks abundant from the outside, but the ones that matter, the true kin, are the ones who sat beside you when your plate was empty. when your tears salted the bread, when all you had to offer is presence, prayer, and love. This is not about isolation. This is about intention. Your energy is sacred. Your table is an altar. And not everyone has the heart to hold space with you in the dark. So why invite them to the light? In the lineage I walk, the way of the healer, the remembering ones, we know who you eat with affects your energy. We know that nourishment is spiritual, that food carries frequency, and that some people bless your meal with silence while others poison it with envy. So ask yourself gently, would I starve with this soul? Would they speak life into me when I'm tired? And would they fast with me in faith? If the answer is no, let them eat at somebody else's table. Yours is for those who honor both the feast and the famine. That's how this hit me.
This editorial is brought to you by Larness Kinsey.
You know something? That is tough. And if I were to preface this in any other way, I would say find the lover in you and find someone that will love the crazy in you with that. So, we get to that point in the show when, good things, all things have to come to the end, but this show is always just beginning. So, the voice of our show, and then there's me. I'm going to find out how the voice, he's going to give you the quote one more time. And then based on his perception and interpretation, he's going to tell us how this quote landed on him. So the voice, Mr. Naheem Garcia, can you give us the quote one more time? And
Don't eat. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's okay. You got your line. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Don't eat with people you wouldn't starve with. First of all, I don't want to starve with nobody. I don't want to starve. But there are those people that remind me of a time in my life when things were transitioning and I was really having a hard time. And two of my sisters, not biological sisters, two of my very good friends came over with groceries and brought some groceries over and helped me cook a meal. And I sat down, I ate. It was the first time I really got a chance to eat a meal. And tears were coming down my eyes because I didn't expect neither one of these people to come over and bring me some food. And it was a hard time. And if you can't have somebody bring you some food during your hard times, please don't expect them at your table during the good times, because they're not coming with good intentions. They're coming with a reason to say, I did something for you, or I fed you. Those people that want to throw that in your face are the people that I wouldn't even want to. I was about to say something I probably should be saying on this platform, but people that I probably wouldn't urinate on if they were on fire. So the bottom line is, don't invite nobody to your table that you wouldn't starve with.
And Naheem, the lyrics to my song, um, that's like standing in fire, wishing it would rain. So, yeah, we've had so many strong shares. We've laughed a little bit, acted a little silly. That's what we do on this platform. And now looking at, and I sat with this quote this week. And Denise, thank you for bringing it, and for everyone else, thank you for the many weeks that we've gone. We're going into our third year of Motivational Sundays and these quotes, and I don't think we repeated one once. They've all been originals. But when you say don't eat with people you won't starve with, what is that exactly saying to you? So for me, the importance of this quote um, is part of my soul. You choose your companions, you choose your teammates, and I always use sports as an analogy because they gave me the freedom to have the life that I had. You choose your business partners, you choose your friends, you choose your lovers, but the important thing is you choose carefully, because your surroundings, the people who are in your life, they set up your mental health. They set up the way that your heart beats. They set up the way that you move. They set up the first morning you wake up, and they set up, and they're that pillow on the other side of the bed that's longing for you. You know, relationships are based on what? You prioritize, I can't even say the word, your friendships, your needs. Um, you ask for loyalty, shared value, your, like Lorna says, your faith, your energy, and it's all based on convenience. But sometimes life challenges you. Sometimes we have people within our circle that are there because of what they can get from you. But your real friends show up on Motivational Sunday because they're there for you and they pour into you. Um, I've always said it, even with, with likes, followers, and comments. I always tell people, if you're not a person of high call to action, I appreciate you. And I have those friends in my circle that are there because of me and what I do and who I'm connected to. But the people that I have that pour into me, that never ask anything from me, I look at every single Sunday and I look at the faces of Larnez, Danielle, Lois, Christopher, Gilda, Naheem, and Denise, and Anne Marie, and many more. Those people always show up no matter what. I mean, you think about it, two cities away, you give a performance, and all of a sudden you come out the stage door, and guess what? All of these people are sitting there. All right. All right. We've seen it. Actions speak louder than words. But just like a puppy, he loves you just because you're you. So the way this quote lands on me, my show and my platform, the way I lived it life, I never allow anyone into that inner circle that I don't want to have Thanksgiving dinner with. All right. So, like I said, food is my love language. Um, Food and my friendship are the voice that I hear. The reason why that I put two words together and put it to a tune is because of the love I have for all of you. So, looking at this quote, this is the way it landed on me. I hope that someone on this platform has touched you in a way that it changed the way that you view. I know if I were to ask Elon Musk about this quote, I'm sure he wants to starve someone. All right. Um, Reservations are being changed as we speak. So I just want to say thank you for all of you. We meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. We laugh, we cry, we tell a few jokes, and sometimes we get out of hand and we go sideways, and Naheem's got to pull us back in. All right. Sometimes we have public service announcements, but in the end of it, we're the only platform. If you want to come in and join us, go to our YouTube page, RK Productions and Network. Click on the link. The Zoom link is there. We just ask, don't bring any drama. Everyone's on camera. And who knows, you'll be bringing that quote for next week. But my grandfather always said, when you get to a place in life that you can help someone else out, he said, reach one, teach one. And when we get to that, what do we say?
We fade to black.